Hey there, it's Boots Owen here. This is the motor out of a Matsui washing machine. It's a Welling HXG 40A02 standard universal motor. It's got brushes in there. Black things are brush holders. I've got it hot wired as I usually do with these things because I want to smash the washing machine. I have a feeling, well, it's not a feeling, it's not doing anything. So 60 volts on the variac. You can hear it cooking. I don't want to let the grey smoke out. I would like to have it to smash the machine with. I'm also reluctant to touch it. Let's put one of these gloves on, which will do a limited amount for insulation. Okay. So I have too much light in this workshop, but I've got the lights turned off. Let's try it again. So it doesn't like that. See, that's strange now. Something weird's going wrong with it there. It needs a kick start, which I've never seen on a universal motor before. 60 volts. 80. 100. So before I destroy it, I've got it plugged out just for my safety. Before I completely destroy it, it's just occurred to me that the brushes have been sitting in a damp cellar where I removed it from, and they could be just crap. Let me get them off, let's have a look at them. I probably have spares, I've got a lot of brushes hiding, so let's get into it. Brushes are always filthy. It's just a fact of life. When you do this job, you'll get filthy hands, so I better put some gloves on now that I've got the initial stages out of the way. Different gloves this time, not my good waterproof ones. Brushes, look at the meat left on that, but there is something wrong. Let's try. No, it feels good and tough. It's weird. Why would it arc and spark so much? Don't know. Would I have a spare? It's not getting stuck either. That's the other thing that can happen with these things. Come on, this brush. Yeah, tackle out of the way. These cables are bothering me. Cut them off because I don't need them anymore. Yeah, they're good on that side too. So it's very strange that just broken that one, but still should have enough meat on it to get it going. Let's try snapping this one down a bit as well. I can't tell, like they could be just cheap brushes anyways. Let's just put it back with them broken. Now in theory you should file them to an angle and all that guff, but not here. Let's see if that makes any, let's see if this makes any difference. Interesting arrangement here. I've not seen that before. So you 1, 2, 3 little spuds. So what you can do is you can put the brushes in at the wrong angle. I don't actually know if I'm doing it at the right angle now. That's interesting too. I couldn't tell you which way I took them out. I'd have to go back looking at the video. But of course I'm recording it, so... Can it hurt? We'll find out. Plug it back in. If you like safety, you've come to the wrong place. If you want to know how to hotwire these washing machine motors, have a look at my other videos on how to wire a universal washing machine motor. I have a whole playlist of them. So you may have noticed there that it did start right away, but it was arcing on this brush more than on the other brush. So let's take this off. And I have many other brush holders. They have to be the same though, this is the issue. That won't do it. Yeah, so unfortunately I don't have any brush holders that'll do it the other way. What I can do now, because it was spinning the wrong way for the direction, the brushes are in a bit of a funky angle. That's how they do it. What I can do is I can reverse the direction of the motor and they'll still spark, but maybe not so much. So to reverse the direction, you don't just change the positive and the negative around, you've got to change the jumper cable with either the live or the neutral, and that should do it. Plug it in again. It's on 0 volts. It seems to activate up at around 100. Keep an eye in there. It should be going. Going that way. What? So quite the light show there, but what happened that time was it started itself at 60 volts on the variac and it ran up to about 120, 140. It sparked a lot of the higher voltages, but around 80 it was okay. So I'm going to put it back in the machine and see if it'll start the machine up. See if we can throw a brick in it, really, because that's all we're here for. 0 volts, let's bring it up. 100, you can hear it humming. That's weird. So I'll get you in close to it. I'll put it up to 100 volts again. You'll hear what's going on. So there's some kind of a device in there that's cutting it off. Strange. I think I'm gonna put it back on the bench and try it again just before I give up on it. Back in on the bench. Motor's hot but not roasting. I think there's a thermal cutout in here somewhere. Thermal fuse that's actuating. It'll be somewhere in there. Now to get in, I've got to open up the housing on the motor, which is possible. Brushes back out. I don't know if you can remember, but on some of the previous smashes there have been machines that have kind of pulsed as they've been working, or should I say as they've been smashing. Is that the correct size? It is. Yeah, so as they've been smashing, the machines started to pulse. Zip, zip, zip. It's quite a weird feature really, because it doesn't seem right. Better put these gloves back on. It doesn't seem right as a feature goes that the machine should be zip zip zipping, but I guess it's a thermal fuse now from listening to this one. In the past I've just gotten over it and given up on it as a bad smash and just thrown the thing out because, you know, like, have I done a video on this one already? This Logic, I think, not Logic, what's this one? Matsui. I've done a video on this already showing you everything that's wrong with it, and, well, not everything that I could see. Have I plugged this thing in? No, it's not plugged in. That's somewhat reassuring. Not that bad. 4 bolts secured together, and you know, it's a funny one this, because some of these, they're not really designed to come apart. They're designed to be disposable, which is the way things are nowadays. But this one, you know, it looks like it's designed that somebody, apart from this one nut that doesn't want to budge, somebody could go in and attempt a repair. There we go, it's coming apart now. So somewhere in here there'll be a little fuse, a little thermal switch. And I've done a video before on a Bosch washing machine motor where I've actually replaced the thermal fuse because I think it had failed. But this one doesn't seem to be a non-resettable. This one seems to be resetting itself, if that's what's indeed wrong with it. Like I say, it's a bizarre fault to get. Okay. There's normally a spring in the end here as well. Get that wire out of there. Okay, that's that tail end off. Brushes are still connected there. Let this end come off. The wiring loom, not wiring loom, connection bracket's still connected there. Let's get that off. Right. that's that end on the rotor, which the commutator, you know, that's what I originally thought was possibly bad. Bearings they're okay, they're not great, they're not bad either. Springs in the other end, so as long as I don't take that out, it's okay. Now, somewhere in here, nope. Brushes. Come on, cable, there you go. Somewhere in here. There it is, maybe. Switching on and off. Pull these clips out of here. Like I don't want this for work. I want it to destroy. Brush, brush. This is just a wire coming across over here. What if I wired it to? Yellow and grey, they're the brushes. Black and black, that's helpful. Where do they go? So it looks like red and brown go here. Black is going here, and the other black is going in there as well. And actually, that looks where it's hidden in there. I pull that out. It's got a wrap of wire around it as well, though. It's not helpful for me. I think I may have wired it incorrectly in and out of the thermal fuse, which is a bit bizarre. Yeah. So it looks like the thermal fuse has its own link. So those two blacks go to the thermal fuse, which is buried in here. If we can get a better... So these two cables go into this little pocket in here. Now that is good, I guess, because it means I can just, hopefully, bung it back together. Now, can you remember which way around this motor went? Oh, I can't. Try it this way. Might work. So it's a wiring issue, perhaps, so that it'll run, but it won't run right for smashiness. What's it stuck on? I don't want to pinch a cable. What's that one in? Over here. Yeah, I'm gonna pinch them if I don't put them in this thing, this little cage. This is taking way longer than I would have liked to have given this as a job. My preference would be to be in and out with the smash. Now, why is that stuck? There we go. Right, I'll put it back together, try wiring it again. So then, let's say what I was doing was putting the power in and out of that thermal link. So I need to avoid black and black altogether. So I'll go for brown and red, because they're the only other two colours. And maybe, just maybe, something will happen. 0 volts on the variac. We're plugged in now. Of course, what was happening there then, if I'm right, is that the power was coming in from a neutral or a live into a brush, then jumping from the other brush, the purple, to this fuse, this thermal fuse, and then just out. So it was really only running on the internal winding. It wasn't using the external, and maybe that's why it didn't have the power to activate. Contact, a little bit of power. Oh, that's looking better, 40 volts. I've just got it running the wrong way against the brushes now, so let's turn that down or off and do the switcheroo. Live to jumper, and try it that way, and it should run the other way, and maybe, just maybe, come on, get in there. Right, it's running now this way. I could say clockwise or counterclockwise, but there's two ends on the motor. So that was it, up to 265 volts or so. No sparking on the commutator, so I reckon I just wired it through the brushes before and that's why it wasn't taken off. Get it back in the machine, there will be a smash. Sounds okay, but not very fast. Well, it's gotta be okay. Let's put the brick in and fire it up again. The belt is badly damaged. Let's just try and get it back on and give it one more go. Let's go. I don't know what happened there. Let's try and figure it out. The machine is still live. The machine is still live and the belt is still on. It had just become unplugged ever so slightly. I'll put it back in position and we'll go again. good happened there. I'd say it just plugged itself out again, you know. No, I think it might be kaput. I did notice it was coughing up coins, so that's cool. Let's see. Oh, there ain't much of it left. The whole thing's unfolded itself, look. I think we just lost the power cords, you know. Let's try to rig it up again. Two things happened at the same time there. The power cord came out, got disconnected, and the belt came off as well, 2 in 1. So let's pull this back out. This power cord, right, what way was it wired? Over here. And one of these, let's try this one. That might do it. Let's tidy up the cables. Brick back in. Let's just see what happens if we plug it in from a safe distance. And let's just go for power. So, I think we just lost the belt again, but that is just going to be a recurring theme when the machine's in this condition. Look at that. That is how badly pounded that was. Each one of these is a bash, a scrape, a grind off the motor. There's liquid coming out of there that ain't clean, even though the filter was drained. Bits are everywhere, it's a mess. The brick is intact, and I believe the bearings, oh, it's sludging around in there. Bearings sound a bit ropey. Maybe not. Oh, it's all yuck. That's really gross. Right, let's have a look. door seals are coming off there. That belt doesn't stand a chance. Motor, seen better days. Still connected. What do you think? It's a pretty good smash, this. Tell me about it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you later.